Welcome, everybody, to PulpMX Classic Commentary. I'm your host, Steve Matthes, and with me to look back at Anaheim 1996 is none other than a man was in this race and in the championship hunt, David Pingree. Ping, what's up?
Hello.
96 Anaheim. Here we go. 125 main event. Lots of DeVol stickers. Who knew? You are riding for Pro Circuit.
Yeah, I was. I'd had my first year went okay with them, but I also had some personal issues I was sorting through. Bad girlfriends, chick problems, and being young. So I was really focused this year.
Right.
Had things dialed. I won in Bercy in the fall and was coming in and really wanted to win this title. Wyndham was leading points.
There he is. There, Kevin Wyndham.
Yeah,
he got a bowl soup, free bowl after he got that haircut.
Yeah, his forehead. He actually has a 3-head because the hair comes all the way down almost to his eyebrows.
Anyways,
but no, I just I had the speed this year. I didn't have like the I was all cock and balls, not enough brains, just like I just hung it out and probably should have just been
happens
smart.
To me a lot.
Laid up a little bit more, but anyway.
Number 29 and on the Flow Green, first year of Flow Green? No, 96 was Flow Green.
96, yeah, because 95 was still like
okay, yeah. So these bikes were badass. Here's the main event. Why is Wyndham 22nd? What happened?
I don't really know.
Okay, well, he's last pick on the gate. They say, anyways. Maybe
back then it didn't. I don't think they listed it in order of how you qualified.
Okay, and Wyndham was the man. This was round what?
This was round 2. The opener was an east-west round at Minneapolis.
Here we go.
I can't remember if Kevin won or not, but he was leading points.
Yeah, and this is Anaheim, and Wyndham was on the factory Yamaha, and you were on the PC, and you're another guy, competitor of yours, James Daub, was another rider on a privateer Suzuki or something.
Yep.
Yeah. He's from Britain.
Yeah, gates down.
Yeah. Good one, thanks. And here we go. We're on the first turn. That's our David Pingree, number 29, with Greg Schnell, neck and neck.
Yeah, Schnell and I never had any problems until this race.
Mm-hmm.
And I would go on to pretty much hate his guts for the rest of my career after this race. You'll see why.
Yeah. Again, days of the 125, so you're struggling to get over the jumps, not doing all of them.
Well, look how much run they have to all those triples.
Yeah.
Forget how much different the tracks were, but
right. Oh, Schnell's on Chaparral, which this is the year they're all riding different bikes, so I don't even know what he's on.
Look at him go back inside. He rode good this year.
Look at that move on Kevin Wyndham.
Yeah.
Shows grandkids that, or his grandfather for that matter. Track looks technical. What do you remember from the day? What do you remember?
I remember
the heat. All that?
I don't remember how I finished in the heat. I just remember I was good. My lap times were really good. I was, on pace. It was the only track I've ever ridden on still that had a set of whoops that turned. It did like a full, half a circle.
180. But not a 180.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
Whatever.
Looking good, though. Number 29. Good gear.
Watch this. You son of a... my front tire pushed through the hay bale and fell.
Yeah, there you go. Look, kept it running. That's good.
Okay, well, here's what you can't see. There's Casey Johnson, who was one of my teammates that year. Under my helmet, I am going absolutely batshit crazy. This was one of those moments where I would have been better to just take a deep breath and, pick off as many guys as I could.
Yeah.
But make sure my brain stayed on, and if that didn't happen.
I mean, it wasn't that dirty of a move. It wasn't. I mean, it was a borderline. It was borderline.
Like I said, I felt good all day.
Right,
I knew I had the pace to beat Kevin to win the race if I just stayed out of trouble.
But it didn't happen, though.
Didn't happen. And so, I'm in full kamikaze pilot mode right now. You'll see later.
And how was your bike this year? What do you remember from it?
It was better. In 95, they had Rhino testing the bikes, and basically they only made horsepower at 8 million RPMs.
Mm-hmm. To 8 million and one.
Sean and I hated them.
Yeah.
Couldn't ride them. So this year I did all the testing, and they were much, much better bike. At least suited my style. I wanted a little more.
Casey, what are you doing?
Yeah,
he kind of drove out to the outside to get you on that one,
He's trying to be amazing.
Jeff Willow on number 73 on the Honda of Troy.
Yeah, won his only race 2 weekends later is San Diego.
How does that ever happen? I don't think he even got on the top 5.
Because here's what happened. So the next weekend after this, we went to Seattle.
Mm-hmm.
Kevin wins. I get second. And that next Tuesday, Kevin Wyndham breaks his collarbone.
Mm-hmm.
So I go to San Diego looking good for this title.
Yeah.
I'm only, 12 points out of the lead or something at that point, and I'm thinking, all right, I win this round, because I was getting second, no problem, when I stayed on two wheels. It wasn't an issue. Well,
Right.
I broke my femur at San Diego in practice, so we were
So you're
pretty much
out,
everyone
Wyndham's
was
out,
out
right.
except Jeff Willow. He rode around by himself.
Pretty amazing because I don't think that guy ever got another top 5.
No, I don't either.
Right. And he's still racing, by the way.
Is he really?
Yeah, so I'm in arena cross results not too long ago. So, Greg Schnell, this developed. You ran into a few more times, right? You and Greg Schnell, a few more run-ins.
Yeah, well, the very next weekend in Seattle, I smashed into him in practice as just a little thank you, and then it escalated.
Do you know what kind of bike he's on here? What bike he rode this
It's
year?
the Suzuki, I think.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, look at the forks. Yeah,
Yeah, it was the Suzuki.
So I never really knew because they all rode different bikes.
Yeah.
But straight up, speed to speed, you didn't really have Wyndham covered. He was the class.
No, he was probably a little bit better.
Yeah.
Just he was just so good. He was good at keeping his corner speed up, and that bike was really good.
Yeah.
He was tough to beat, but
He was at this point. Ken Wyndham's the next wonder child. I mean,
Yeah.
he's like, hey,
yeah.
McGrath and all
But
those guys better watch out.
He
know?
told Mitch all the time. He says the only guy I was worried about that whole year for that title was Ping. Until he got hurt. So
right.
I at least had him thinking about me.
How'd you break your femur, San Diego?
Pedro Gonzalez didn't jump a rhythm lane in front of me, and so I jumped to the side of him and just kept drifting over and landed on a hay bale. You can see this when they're still running hay bales. And
Right.
unlike a tough block that'll crumble and at least let you kind of roll sideways off of it, a hay bale just stops you.
Yeah.
And it just spit me right over the bars. I caught my leg on the bar and broke my femur.
Oh, hurt bad.
Yeah, it was rough.
Oh, bad. Look at that. Wyndham takes the lead over Schnell. And,
Look at these whoops.
oh,
They just turn.
jeez. Like, this is crazy, right?
Yeah, we need another set of these.
Just stops the guys. Just stops them. Look at Wyndham.
See,
setting
what a
them up.
dick Schnell is. Like, just goes inside and hits the brakes. Like,
Right.
that's just how
That's a
he
good
was.
point.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
just
Well,
he's super douchey.
glad to see you're over it. Chanel was pretty good though.
He was a good rider, no question.
Motor World Yamaha won a couple of 125 Supercrosses, I
Yeah.
think.
Yeah.
And that was as privateer gets,
Yeah.
for back then. So, to me, this track too the obstacles look big. Like not distance-wise, tall, height. They look like big obstacles.
I'm telling you, stuff was more technical in a lot of ways back then.
Right.
Back in the mid 90s to like early 2000, 2001, 2002.
Yep.
And then everything started going the opposite direction where they were sort of mellowing it out.
Larry Brooks in fourth, Greg Schnell's boss.
Yeah.
Trying to chase him down. Here we go.
You got to listen. If you listen to Art Ekman, too, he calls me Pingram. for like half the
repeatedly.
race.
Yeah, Pingree.
David Pingree.
Yeah, no doubt.
And also, I
Art was
remember
classic.
Art, this was a couple years later, Justin Buckle was leading the series, and like 2 or 3 rounds in, Art's calling him Jason Buckaloo.
No. Well, when I was at KTM in 2000, we were dying for any kind of sort of publicity. And Roderick Thane hole shot the main event in Anaheim or San Diego. And Art said, Roger Thane on a KTW.
Watch this. Hold on.
Okay. Here you're coming up on Daub. This is still a battle for the lead right here. But I don't know what place you're in, but outside the top 5, right? You're not coming back.
No, Daub was in like 3rd or 4th. I worked my way all the way back
wow.
up. But watch, it goes bad again for me.
You've had a lot to do in these 15 laps.
Well,
or
because
these 6 laps.
like I
Oh, there we
said,
go.
instead of thinking and like
Right. Just anger.
I just riding with
Like,
emotion.
Had you caught up to Schnell, there could have been some issues with
Oh
homicide.
my God, he killed him.
Look at that move. Wow, was that nice by Wyndham. Just squared him up and just did it. Like, that's, yeah,
But see how he's clean? He didn't take him to the top of the berm
Right.
like Schnell did me.
right. Well, like I said, glad to see you're over it.
No, I mean, yeah, I'm completely over it.
Ali Seymour, ace tuner. Look at his hair.
Yeah, he's pretty.
It was flown back then.
Watch this. Oh, wait, it's good. When I go into
Nice move.
these whoops, it's like,
The whoops were
look at
just-
me.
You're over.
yeah, I'm coming through, you son of a bitch.
Come on.
There wasn't room.
You just cleaned him
There
out.
wasn't room.
It looked like someone hit the turbo on a Excite bike. It looked like somebody just...
I tell you, it was a bad night.
Oh,
I just
my God. That's funny.
absolutely lost my mind.
Oh, that's funny. You're right. You're going way too fast. Did you forget about the turn?
Was that the fastest you'd seen anyone go through to that point, though?
I looked like somebody hit the turbo. Did you forget about the turn? Because you.
I just was. I had to make the pass. That's all I knew. I think that was
Poor
for
Dauber.
fourth, and I'm thinking points. I got to get like.
Poor
you know.
Daub. Cleaned him
Oh,
out.
good grief. He's fine.
That was funny. You're right. Like you just hit those 10-mile-per-hour faster.
I may or may not have crashed again. I can't remember. But I get back to the truck, and Mike Hooker, our team manager, looks at the bike, and I'm in tears. I'm literally crying at the back of the truck.
Wow.
I was super emotional. Well, I was really into it. You know, I mean, I was so fired up. And Hooker, I mean, he just looks at the bike, and he's all, wow, this thing looks like a war wagon. You can kind of tell. My right side of my handlebars is tilted up like a bullhorn.
Yeah.
Both of my levers are bent off, like bent completely down.
Yeah.
Plastic is exploded.
Oh, I love that pass. That was awesome. I don't know what you had in mind after you were gonna get.
It was just get in front of James Daub right now. There was no thought.
Right. Man, Wyndham's still standing up everywhere, looking smooth. These factory Yamahas were good bikes too. This is my first year on the circuit. This thing barked. This was nasty.
Yeah. No, there was a triple. There was a couple times this year where there was jumps. There was jumps he could do that I couldn't do.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there was a triple in Seattle the next weekend.
And he's 40 pounds heavier than
Mitch is screaming at me, why are you guys not doing that? Casey Johnson and I both. And I'm like, you don't get it. I will not make it. Like, I promise you, it'll not pull third gear, and I can't get it in second, you know?
Right.
And Kevin did it every lap after lap. I'm just like,
and like I said, outweighing you, too. Oh, that bike was nasty.
Yeah, that bike was nasty.
It had a bark to it. And outdoors, too, was good.
I mean, I'm not taking anything away from him. He was an amazing rider, too.
He's a good rider, Kevin Wyndham. He's done well with his career.
Yeah, he has.
So at this point, Wyndham's out front. He's cruising. Schnell is probably in second. And this year, he just cut that dude off. This year, the last Western round was Denver. I was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was not.
You were not there. Who's 41? Oh, McCormick, I think. Jason McCormick. Yep.
Just saw Jason McCormick this week.
Working at RG3?
He's like 250 pounds.
What's he doing now?
He has his own suspension company, Jason McCormick JMR Suspension.
Oh,
yeah.
Good
Big boy.
He was working at RG3 for a while.
He was?
Yep. Yep.
Oh, let's look at this. Let's see.
Okay.
Who's that? That's a Schnelly Lapper. I'm not sure who those are. Probably Lappers. No.
Willem and the Frenchman, they just said. So that was my Phillies debut around this time.
Might have been. Ish. There's Daub. Picked himself up after getting ramrodded.
They don't even show you.
That's Metzger.
Mike Metzger, who at one time was a pretty decent rider. I mean, you know, maybe on some people's lists to get rides or whatever, but it's tougher back then.
Ish.
Who were your teammates at Pro Circuit?
Pichon, Chad Pedersen, Casey Johnson, and
Decker?
No, Decker wasn't there this year.
No.
Who was it? Who was my other guy?
They showed earlier in this race, Swap rode the West with you, but then knocked himself out.
Yeah, at the opening round, he crashed and knocked himself out and broke his wrist. So
in Minneapolis.
Mm-hmm.
Well, that's kind of like his hometown race, too.
Yeah.
Oh, tough night for Swap.
Yeah, we spent the rest of this winter on the couch eating Vicodin and watching Dukes of Hazzard reruns.
And getting pissed at Greg Schnell.
Oh, just hating him every day.
Daub had a chance at this title, I think, at the very end at Denver. He was the only guy left standing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, he was kind of the best of the rest of the guys. You were out. Swap was out. I'm sure Schnell was out. So, But he wasn't factory Suzuki, was he? He did his own deal.
It was Suzuki gave him some parts and stuff,
but
he put together his own team. I think Quicksilver sponsored it. And
how did he get that deal?
Who knows? Slick talker.
British.
Yeah.
Like, fooled him with that accent.
Said,
"G'day.
Back home on the GPs, I'll be world champion."
Good one. Yeah. remember this year too. You weren't there. Your femur was probably still broke. Dob won Redbud first moto and said on the podium, "I'm too tired. That's all I have. I don't think I can do another moto."
Yeah.
And he did. He did like a lap at the second moto and went home. He went 1 DNF.
Yeah.
At Redbud.
I remember.
Were you there, or you just remember that?
No, I just remember.
Right,
I wasn't there. I was still not riding.
Did you come back at all this year?
Yeah, I came back at Washougal. So I did Washougal, and then I think it went Unadilla, Steel City, or whatever.
Yeah.
Like the last 3.
You went from 29 to 41.
Oh, yeah? No.
No?
57.
Oh, next year
Was
57.
yeah.
Okay, so you were 41 before this.
Yeah. Yep.
41 to 29.
Yep. To 57, then back to 29.
29 on the FMF Honda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right. When I was on your team and you don't remember me.
That's right.
What do you think Wyndham's changed from here to now? What do you like? You know, obviously this guy's raced for so long, and he's already a third-year pro here. But I would guess you'd say with age he's gotten less of a risk taker, which is natural, of course.
Yeah, I mean, he was never a crazy rider, though. You know, he was always very calculated and smooth. You can watch this and just tell that he's just
standing up everywhere.
Very calm, just puts it where he wants to put it.
Kind of like when you see him and Ricky race that 97 shootout.
Yeah.
And Ricky's balls out swapping, and he's just literally looks like he's out for a trail ride.
Mm-hmm.
You know, on the hard, slick Vegas dirt. Whoa, we just saw a hill clicker, and Art's very, very excited. Probably doesn't screw up Kevin Wyndham's name, though.
One-handers off the triple on the last lap.
Oh,
Remember those?
This has got to bug you to see Chanel like this right here.
Oh, yeah. Do a one-hander, you jackass.
You eventually... Did you reconcile with Chanel?
Yeah.
I think you did.
I did. And then he burned me. Because I remember that race I helped promote over in Hawaii.
Yeah.
Well, I invited him to come over.
With you either.
Well, that's not my fault. The promoter burned him, not me.
Yeah.
Well, I invited Schnell, and at the last minute he burns me. Oh, my brother's getting out of jail. I got to go help him out.
Wow.
After I'd already shipped his bike, bought him an airline ticket, yeah. So Logan Darien, the guy, one of the owners of Deft, actually ended up going and riding his bike.
Oh, nice. And Wyndham wins. Greg Schnell gets second in a good ride. Probably should have been David Pingree right here crossing the line right there.
No, should have been me winning this stupid thing.
Oh, over Kevin Wyndham? Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Oh, you got... No, that's the points.
That's the points.
Sorry, that's the points. So, yeah, all you needed to do the next week in San Diego was take what was rightfully yours.
That's right.
And there's Marty Reed with the winner and the second place. Nice hat. Looks good.
It's funny how his voice sounds exactly the same.
Yeah, it kind of does. I was waiting to hear what he had to say, but it really does. Look, he's steaming out the back, too. Do you remember the Supercross was on ESPN back then, too? It was like the biggest deal to be on ESPN. And now we're 15 years later. We're on Speed, and it seems like it's such a great hit and such a great forward, but it's like I'm always thinking, like, we were on ESPN once. And the times were jacked up, but look at that guy. Huh. Schnell, Deegan, Brandis.
Oh, yeah, but it is.
Geez,
If you weren't such a jackass, you'd have had a better ride eventually. But everyone hated you. Good ride, though.
Yeah.
Nice job, pal.
Good job.
Watch this. Da, 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 out of the way, you palmy git. No, no. And I hit a hay bale. That was
Can't
what got
turn.
me.
Can't turn.
I would have been fine had I not clipped that hay bale.
No, you would have had to slow down at some point to make a turn.
And I would have pivoted.
Yeah, I don't know. Look at Dave Illiman with the fourth. And then he had that weirdo gear back then, too. Pedro Gonzalez. What'd you think you got, sixth?
I think
Let's see if
6th,
you're
7th,
right.
8th. Yeah,
That's
7th.
seventh. Okay.
Still beat Brandis, Holland, and Johnson.
That's a murderer's row right there. Guaranteed Brandis, Holland, and Johnson were
Grayson Godman.
Grayson Godman. Yeah. Guaranteed Brandis, Holland, and Casey Johnson were already drunk by the time.
I think 3 of those 5 people are in jail right now. Aren't they? Or could be.
Hey, look at Miss Supercross. Yeah. With the plaid
Straight out of
skirt.
a Madonna video.
Right? Yeah.
Look.
They don't kiss him anymore.
No, they sure don't.
I need to. More kisses on the podium. That gear is hideous, by the way, Jamie Dobb. In case you're wondering, in case you're wondering, O'Neill's had about a 20-year run of. They started coming out of it a little bit with Timmy. Like, I'm just saying it, not because it was Timmy, but they started looking all right. They had a terrible, terrible decade.
I still don't know a lot of people that got, you know what? I got to get me some of that new
O'Neill
gear. That stuff looks fantastic.
That hasn't been said too much. Hey, Jeremy McGrath, the past winners. Bradshaw. Art's telling us about going to the LCQ right now. This is 96. This is McGrath. Maybe at the.
Did you see that banner? 1-900 Pro Race. Remember, that's how I used to have to get results.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was crazy.
Mom, can I call 1-900 Pro?
And then I think we've Jeff Matasevich coming home from Japan, I guess. 103.
Yep.
Do you remember we've talked about this before, where they go, Damon Bradshaw from Charlotte. Not like you're like, come on, go! I know where he's from. I know where he's from. So, yeah, Steve Butler still at Yamaha. Big guy in charge of the production machines now. Doesn't do anything on the racing end of things. Just in charge of making the production bikes better. So, all you YZ250F owners with carburetors and oil tanks, still, that's your man. That's your guy. He believes that's the way to go. So, Bradshaw's comeback.
Yeah,
yeah,
I do.
Man, I wish I would have been at that High Point race that he came back at with the 3-digit.
I was there. Mutter.
Must have just been just the buzz in the pits was like, Bradshaw's back. Bradshaw's back. It's over.
Yeah.
It's over for everybody. Didn't turn out that way.
It didn't really go that way.
But do you remember what it was like when he was, was it a huge deal?
Yeah, it was a big deal. I mean, for me, I grew up, like he was the man. Mm-hmm. Kind of, same era as you, watching him, just going, oh, wow. Mm-hmm.
There's you saw the background there.
Oh, here's Chicken. Buddy Morgan.
Who's working for him? Is that Buddy Morgan?
Yeah.
So Mitch just gave him Buddy Morgan for that weekend.
Probably.
This was the year of the PG1 Extreme team that I worked on. I wasn't on at this race for the team. I was hired later on. So
that was Jeremy's helmet with the $100 bill in it. You see on the sides right there.
Oh, yeah.
Those are actual $100 bills that Troy put on there. Two nice. $100 bill on each side that were like clear coated over.
There's the.
This is back when riders had custom painted helmets.
Yeah.
Troy did almost all of them.
Right. The Great Western Bank team still were together then. They were still hoping to get money at this point.
How long? Did it last 2 years?
No, just 1 year.
Just 1 year.
Yeah, just 1 year. Hey, we had Mitch Payton on our Pulp show, and he said he was the first one to come up with Fender arch stickers, front Fender arch stickers.
Yeah, I believe that.
Do you believe that? Okay.
Yeah.
There's a Great Western Bank.
Is that factory fill?
Yeah, could be. Could be.
That's funny. There's Button Fly.
Oh, here we go. Main event going off, and guys are getting ready, and gate drops. All right, the guys are off, and Button just swerved into somebody. Oh, there's Albie. Well, he's probably going to challenge
Willie
McGrath.
Crash.
Yeah.
Willie Crash.
I'm sure he'll challenge McGrath here real shortly. It's already over.
There wasn't a lot of people stupid enough to make a run at Jeremy.
No, not really. He was so good, just so smooth. He always downsided everything, Like it was perfect. His timing was just so good, Oh, Lamson sticking it in there. Good run. Look at the Honda Troy guys. Mike Craig, number 17, and Mike Brown, number 9.
Oh.
Whoa. See, if you're Albie, what are you doing? Right? You're out of control, right? I mean,
I don't know if he thought he felt out of control, but he sure was.
Yeah. He told me a little while ago the biggest mistake he ever made was racing Supercross his first couple years. He should have just said, I want to do outdoors only.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we all know that now.
Hey, dude has 3 world titles and an outdoor national championship. We can make all the fun we want, but he did just fine.
Yeah, exactly. No, that's a good point. God, the Honda Troy team had Swink, Craig, Larry Ward. Was there a bigger bunch of nut bowls.
Yeah, well,
I
that
mean-
was as big of weirdos as they were, all of them.
Yeah,
They were
yeah.
the next fastest guys,
Yeah, for sure. No, definitely.
What's the over-under on Albie going down?
Oh, I don't know. I'm waiting for it though. This track's a little tricky too. So,
Which one of these is which?
9 is Brown, 17 is Craig.
Yeah.
Craig is pretty talented too. I'll tell you what. Here comes Larocco. Probably gonna get both those guys.
The Rock.
And
At 11, Kyle Lewis.
Kyle Lewis. Shane Drew worked for him this year. It's a big help to me to get started as a mechanic. And we got, I think that's chicken right back there, too. Kind of thought it was Tortelli, but. Oh, no,
Huff Daddy.
Yeah, Huff Daddy was good. Yeah, McGrath's just checking out. This is round what, 2?
Round
3?
2. Well, for the series, I think
No.
it started in Orlando.
Okay, so yeah.
And that's where,
I
yeah,
went
like,
to Minneapolis.
yep,
And then this is round 3.
round 3.
Yeah, so it's
Is that Henry 4 or Lammy?
Lammy. Yeah, that's Lammy. Henry was
Out still, yeah.
with his back from the year before. Lammy probably won the list of the fastest guys to never win a Supercross.
Yeah, you're probably right.
Never.
Supercross was never really his thing, though.
No, it wasn't. That's a good point. Outdoor guy. Think of that pass you made in the whoops.
That was amazing,
awesome.
wasn't
That
it?
was awesome. That was the highlight for sure. I'm glad we picked this race to do it. What do you did you ride a Cowie track with the Factory Cowie guys?
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
were in the mix with all those guys?
Yeah.
What do you remember of them? Huffy? Fro? Rhino?
Yeah, they were all there.
Yeah.
You know, Rhino definitely did his own thing. He wasn't, you know, the kind of teammate you'd like where it would help a young guy out. He wasn't into that. If you couldn't help him, he didn't care about you.
Yeah.
He just,
Well,
you know.
kill you.
Yeah.
Yeah. And Huffy?
Huffy he did his own thing too, because he lived up in you know, Valencia, so he would come down once in a while. But I remember him; he would always ride around. When he'd get there, he'd do like 10 laps, just rolling everything real slow, roll around, and then
Just warming up.
yeah, and then he just slowly pick it up, and I don't know. I wasn't really super close with anyone at the Cowie track. Like,
Yeah. How was Mitch back then?
a lot angrier,
Yeah.
a lot more
angrier.
intense than he
Yeah.
is now.
Yeah.
He admits that too. He'll tell you. He's like, man, I was a little over the top.
Really, huh?
Oh, yeah.
Full on admits that. And I've heard the stories, but I don't see it right now, you know?
No, he's pretty mellow now, and he knows, you know, he's learned that you got to deal with different riders different ways, and
Right. Yeah.
and also that him screaming at his guys, you know, in the public, like that's not good for him.
Would he
you
do
know?
it in front of the I mean,
Yeah, I mean,
Just-
most of the times he'd pull everyone in the truck, and it was
Right.
a post-race team meeting in the truck,
yeah.
and it would be at the shop on Monday or Tuesday. He'd say, you know, you need to come in. We're talking.
Oh, yeah?
Oh yeah.
And you're like, oh,
Oh
no.
yeah, yeah.
You're like, I don't even want to go. I hope I get in an accident.
Yeah. I remember one year, maybe it was the end of '95. I was mad because he wasn't paying me anymore, and so he's like, "All right, well, let's come in and have a meeting. We'll talk about it." And I said,
What do you
"All
mean
right."
he wasn't paying you anymore? I don't get it.
Well, like I didn't get any raise for. I think
oh.
I was making 25
Okay.
grand, and the next year he was going to pay me like 30 or something.
Okay.
And I'm like, man, there's guys that I'm racing against that are making 50, 60,000.
Right.
Like, why, what the heck?
Right.
So he goes, all right, why don't you come in, bring your dad with you, and you guys come in, let's have a meeting.
Wow.
So
Bring your dad in.
I went in, and he proceeded to like just tear me a new one and tell, with my dad right there, like tell me all the things I wasn't doing. And
Yeah.
it was pretty much, a lot of it was accurate,
Right,
So
right.
we went in, my dad like kind of on my team, helping me go to bat, and we come out and my dad hates me. That's like, you son of a bitch.
Yeah. You're not. You need to do this. and
Yeah,
this and
you
this.
need to this and that. You need to listen to Mitch, and he's
Oh, Bradshaw's
So-
down. Damon Bradshaw's down. I remember this year. Like I said, I was working later on for the PJ1 team, but I went to Minneapolis as a fan, and I was also a Bradshaw fan. And he got second behind McGrath, and he sort of put pressure on McGrath a little bit. And I was like, okay, he's back. He's taking back what's rightfully his.
oh, here it comes. Sorry, Albie.
Nice move. Huffy's going to the front. He's so smooth.
This was the year Huffy actually put some pressure on Jeremy.
Yeah, Seattle, right?
Yeah, very next weekend after this, he was
Anthony Paggio, mechanic.
Yeah.
And I was like, Bradshaw's back. This thing is over. McGrath's, pull it on over, and then he never saw him again. Like I don't think Bradshaw touched the podium again. After that
Albie just about crashed right there. I don't know if you saw it.
Imagine that. Well, the Rock's coming now.
Oh, there it is.
There we go.
There, take that, just for good measure.
Hey, we're gonna hit you for every time you ever won a world title.
Oh.
Yeah, it's just
a matter of time.
Orlando, 97. He's in fifth place in the semi. Throws it away. Ty Birdwell makes the main event. Thank you, Greg Albertson. Thank you. Last lap. Throws it away.
That night, that was like a party in the ER because he went in for his tailbone.
Yeah.
Chad Pedersen cased a triple, broke his arm. Swink hurt his shoulder. Your boy Barry Karsten landed on me, and I was coughing up some blood.
Oh, yeah.
Did something to my shoulder, too, or something. There was like 8 of us at the end of the night in the ER going, hey, what'd you do?
Big riders meeting in the ER. Yeah. All by himself. Albie's in fifth and going to take the last transfer spot on the last lap. Oh, here we go. Yeah.
Smack.
Brownie checked up. That could have made it. He could have made it way worse. This guy's gone. MC.
Do you remember how insane that motorcycle sounded?
Yeah. Skip would be behind the box fans. Just the thing would just be ridiculous. Little known fact about that bike and this year. 98 FMF Honda. You were on the team. You were hurt. So was Danny Smith, my rider. FMF sends me to Loretta Lynn's in a Honda box van that they got to drive to Tennessee and back to work Honda support. I'm sleeping in the sleeper, rummaging around through the box van. I found a notebook with all of Skip's letters and fax drawings and faxes back and forth through Honda Japan and Honda USA about all the things he wanted to make and race reports and everything. It was awesome.
Yeah?
Yeah, it was so cool. It's like in a gray binder that was just like tucked behind the front seat. There was drawings of axle nuts and fork lugs and stuff that Skip thought he wanted to do or whatever.
Mm.
Yeah.
Do you remember back then, Honda always ran the stock silencer? Remember that?
No, they did?
Yeah, for a long time. Then they finally went to a carbon one, but back in the 90s, they always ran a stock silencer. At least it appeared stock.
Yeah, right.
Who knows if the internal, the core was different or whatever.
Right.
But
No, I didn't notice that. I know they ran those sweet-ass front number plates for about 20 years. The upside-down white number plates, that were like sort of an off-white color.
Mm-hmm.
They ran those things forever. There's Button. There's PG1 Extreme Team. I have that jersey, one of those jerseys in my closet here.
Pashon
did some big
he
bike
was doing
stuff.
some West Coast stuff.
Yeah. You ever do any good?
Yeah, he actually did. Yep.
Yeah. Did you guys get along with Pashon?
I got along with him okay. Just you didn't say much to him because
Right.
he didn't speak a real good English, and he was a little, a little standoffish.
And his dad was around a lot?
Yeah, around all the time, and he was even more odd.
Yeah. Kenny said one time, Kenny Watson said that one time he, at a hotel room, he heard the door open and all this laughing and yelling and screaming. He opened the door and Pashon's dad and Pashon's sister were naked in the bathtub together, screaming and having a water fight. That's what he says.
That's weird.
This is the year, too. I think LaRocco quits Suzuki for one race. He has one race. He misses Pontiac. He's so pissed at Suzuki and pissed at Roger. Or maybe, no, you know what? That was 97. Never mind, that was 97 when McGrath was on the Suzuki.
Huh.
LaRocco was very upset because McGrath was getting some better stuff than him. But Huff Daddy's going to the front right here. That's for sure.
Lammy, I didn't realize Lammy was in second.
Yeah. And then who's 22? Budman, right?
Budman, he's getting lapped.
Yeah. The interesting thing here is Huffy pressured McGrath in Seattle, won Atlanta, I think this year. Or was that 97? And then broke his femur the next week. Or the next Monday, on the Monday after. So, Skip was a man back then. Cool guy. I was a nice guy.
He's heading up Alias riding gear now.
Yeah, with Jeff Sirwall.
Mm-hmm.
Jeff Sirwall's doing that. So is he at the races? Is he
Yeah, I saw him in Phoenix.
Oh, okay. All right, and what's his brother doing?
His brother Sean works for who was the guy he was at Renthal forever, their marketing brand manager, and Goat Eyewear. He's done a lot of different things. He was a TLD media guy for a while, marketing media guy, and now he's at Ironclad, which is like a glove, kind of like mechanics wear.
Oh, okay.
But they focus more on like Home Depot and Lowe's, that type of crowd.
Wow.
But
And you know what? I think some teams are using it. Yeah. Oh, nice. Well, LaRocco's going to probably catch Huffy here, I'm guessing, because look at him through the whoops. Just bulldogging it, huh? Just like, just not even no style. Just just all the way through it, charging. So you made $25,000 from Pro Circuit this year.
yeah. No, 30.
30.
25 the year
before.
30.
30. And then, yeah, after Mitch berated you.
Just raking in the cash. After he got down with me, I was just so happy I was getting paid $30,000.
Thankful to have him ride. Yeah. Good strategy. Who was your mechanic?
Well, it was weird. It started out as Joey Maurer.
Mm-hmm.
You remember Joey Maurer?
Mm-hmm.
And
No.
he's the one. He was my mechanic in Bercy when I won.
Yep.
And then we got home. It was the end of November. And he still didn't have his deal done with Mitch. And then when Mitch made him an offer, it was not enough money. And he's like, I'm done. I quit.
That was it. Yeah.
And he left. And so then they put him with Kenny Germain.
Oh, yeah?
And Kenny was my mechanic for this season.
Back then, this was my first years as mechanic. It was Ezra Lusk. Mitch was pretty notorious for poor paying.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, he's trying
Rhino.
Oh, there he is.
Rhino and Craig.
Just where do you start right there with those two?
Well, his hips are locked up. That's the first problem.
Yeah.
I can see.
Doesn't look like he has a bear trap on him too much, but I wonder if those boots are no good. Those protective boots. I wonder if they're harming his riding style. So Kenny Germain was your guy.
Yeah.
Would have been his first or second year too.
Yeah, he was pretty fresh.
Right. Yeah. You get along with him?
I did.
He's a pretty mellow dude.
Yep.
He doesn't speak too much, so.
No, he was a good guy.
I always thought Rhino, hopefully he's not listening to this, but I always wondered how Rhino kept his ride. It seemed like he rode for a long time without producing a lot of good results. Right?
Yeah.
People just like him. Just, like, I don't know. Do you know what I mean? He never did a whole lot, and he kept the factory ride for
a long, long time.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. What was the deal?
He was good outdoors.
Yeah.
He rode with a lot of heart. He worked hard. I think
Yeah.
it was just enough.
When you do that, the manager's like, it's coming together. It's
Yeah,
coming.
yeah.
It's coming together. Right. It's one of these years.
We're gonna
Right.
get him to he's gonna mellow out a little bit.
Yeah.
And he's gonna win.
Mr. Sunshine right here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Didn't really.
It's like the second time I've ever seen him smile. Right there.
Yeah. He currently works for Feld Entertainment in the division of bossing the photographers around and generally not knowing much.
He yelled at me because I was standing too close to the track.
Oh, yeah.
Working for Astros
your
the other
Astros.
weekend. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's like, he looks at me. You gotta step back. You gotta get back. I'm like, bro. Okay. I'll just whatever.
Yeah. And let me step back.
Yeah.
And then step forward when he turns around. Yeah. What are you gonna do? Is that Huffy catching McGrath?
No, it's Lammy.
Oh, okay, yeah, okay. Whew.
He's catching Lammy.
Thank God. I thought I was seeing things. It's late here, but I didn't think that was possible. McGrath put in about 10 laps right here in these races.
That was it.
Balls out.
10 at crazy speed, and then he'd just ride around.
Yeah, he'd definitely be able to get it. So now, is Huffy going to get him? 5 laps
I don't
left,
remember.
we just heard.
I would say yes.
You think so? Okay. Well, my money's on Lammy. The Warrior Lammy.
Oh.
No, we're going to
commercial break.
This
aired at 3:30 in the morning on a Wednesday.
Yeah, and the guy that was watching it just fell asleep and just hit the button with his forehead as he fell onto the control panel and started some sort of promo. Let's stick this thing out and see if we actually get to see what happens. Thanks for Tony Blazer, by the way, for providing these DVDs.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah, and that's it.
And we've gone to Seattle. We have no idea.
Yeah, we're going to Seattle. We don't know who gets that spot. Huffman, Lamson. I'm not going to be able to sleep. Kingdom. Remember the Kingdom?
I do.
The place was dark and dank.
Dark and dank, and the roof fell on you. And there was dead animals and stuff in the dirt.
Was there dead animals in the dirt?
Yeah, they had to stop one year and pull a dead animal. There's like a carcass.
Oh, it's disgusting. And the ruts, of course.
Oh,
yeah, it was
the ruts.
Unrideable near the end of the main events. First ever main event for Steve Matthes as a mechanic was Seattle.
Oh, yeah?
97.
Birdwell,
yeah. Yeah, so, hey, anyways, if anybody knows who got the Huffman-Lamson battle,
we're pretty sure McGrath won.
Yeah. And Ping.
Let me. I'll complete the last lap for you.
Okay.
McGrath's ahead by like 30 seconds.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't knack.
Mm-hmm.
Points to the crowd.
Mm-hmm.
And wins.
Okay, yeah. I got to say, though, the highlight of the whole video for me was that whoop crash of yours. That was awesome.
Thank you.
It's like you hit turbo or you hit the booster.
I just simply willed my way past.
Yeah.
And if not for that hay bale.
They're always sitting down in these promos. I don't understand it.
What do you want him to do?
I know. No,
we got funny. David Bailey there. What's he going to do?
Yeah. Hey, listen, it's late, and you've been watching the PulpMX classic commentary from Anaheim, 1996, 125 and 250 mains. And thanks, Ping, for doing it. I always enjoy it, and good times.
Of course, anytime.